Orale, what up? This is another episode of Talks Hit. Today we got somebody that's dope, fresh as fuck in the house. It's an honor to have this homeboy, Tierre Diaz, up in this house, man. What's going down?
Talks Hit. What is going on, man? Tierre Diaz in the building. It is a pleasure to be here with you fellas. Let's get to it.
Yeah,
I
fuck
mean,
it.
I know I heard Shaggy say your name. What was that, Manny? Back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah,
But it's pronounced Tierre Diaz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Tierre Diaz. So like Pierre. Yeah, so
Tierre
it's officially
Diaz.
Tierre Diaz, yes, sir.
Tierre Diaz, that's what I'm talking about. Get it right, get it tight.
Yeah, man. On your name at first, I was like, "Fuck, man!" Like it was kind of hard, you know what I mean? Because I was like, "Is he Latino?" So I was like, "Is his name like my aunt Tere Diaz?" You know what I'm saying? But,
Right, yeah. You're not wrong saying it like that either. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like it's officially pronounced Tierre, but like yeah, all my uncles like I'm half Puerto Rican and half black. So like everybody from my Spanish side says it like that, shortened and just the accent. You know what I mean? So it's not
Right.
even wrong.
All right. See, so I kind of felt like a dick. I was like, "Damn, that's fucked up." But no, I guess I got it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough, but I'm rolling with it, and it's work. It works when people get it right, but a lot of people don't get it right. But it's all good. You know, I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows it once and for all someday.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. They'll know it, bro. They're learning it. It's becoming a household name, and after this tour, it's even gonna be
Yeah.
more, man.
Yeah.
The tour, straight fire, bro.
And
But
you know
like-
what? I want to say something.
Go ahead.
He was actually requested, even though like we've been trying to have you on the show or whatever, you were actually requested.
Yeah, man, definitely.
My homies that listen to our shit, and they were like, you guys should hook it up with Diaz. You know, homeboys
Yeah.
and shit. So
That's awesome. Who did it?
It was a
it's just a
song
big-
with my
It's
fans.
'cause it's been a long time that like
Oh.
yeah, it's been a long time, man. We're coming too late with the Diaz here. You know
Oh
what I
man,
mean?
so
Just
thank
slacking.
you to whoever that was, man. I appreciate that. And I thank you for having me, and that's super dope to hear.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Man, let's get into your music real quick, bro, because I really want to talk about some of your jams and shit. I got, you know, like, because I'm not gonna lie, I just barely when I heard you're gonna be on, I started checking them out. You know what I'm saying? So, Ghost, holy shit, bro, good,
Yeah.
shit, like no bullshit.
Yes.
I'm really gonna start bumping the shit out of that shit.
Word, thank you, man.
No, seriously, bro, good fucking job. I was like, God damn that, this guy, you know, I'm gonna tell all my homies, I'm gonna share that shit. You know what I mean? It's like that.
Thank you.
Shit, man.
Yeah, Ghost is the latest single off the Ghost of the Underground compilation. I shot a music video for it in a haunted like mental hospital. You know what I'm saying? So like it's all legit. Like everything you see in the video is all like legit. It was pitch dark without the actual camera lights. So we're out there for real, like with ghosts and spirits. And we actually shot that video twice. And the first time wasn't a good experience. So we shot it with another videographer. And you could tell, like, because we were with kind of shitty people the first time, the spirits in that building were like, get the fuck out, like, hurry up. You know what I'm saying? Like, in and out, like, we weren't really welcome. But since we were better people the second time, we actually got more shots than the first time because we were able to explore more of the building, you know? So, yeah, Ghost is some wicked, just dope shit. And what I like to do with my style of wicked shit is, you know, really personalize it to me. So when I'm talking about ghosts, it's like it sounds wicked. Everything about it, the beat is wicked, the lyrics are wicked. But what I'm really talking about is me on the mic and me on the stage, and I'm rapping about the people that are like me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I speak about murder, when I speak about killing people, I'm speaking about doing that shit lyrically and slaughtering people, slaughtering stages. That's the number one casualty that I present is the stages that I touch. And Ghost is a perfect way to do that. We haunt everybody else like Ghost because we bring something special to the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, when I was hearing the song, I was like, all right, I know this song in concert, like live, is gonna be the shit. It's gonna be fresh as fuck. I can't wait to hear that shit.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? I bet you that shit is badass. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I only performed it once, and it was like before the song was out, before the song was even done.
Right.
So the beat was like super loud.
Yeah.
But I yeah, once now that it's out and people know it and rock with it, I cannot wait to. That's definitely going on the tour set list. Spoiler alert, I'm doing that shit on the tour, all
Yo,
tour.
yo, please.
That's what's up.
One more thing I wanted to ask you about the song. I don't know if you meant to or whatnot, but are you an Eazy-E fan?
Oh yeah.
All right, on there's a little beat going on the like a beat in the background, and I don't know if you got it from that, but it sounds like Eazy-E beat. Just to let you know.
I know the sample isn't from Easy,
Wow.
but maybe some of the music is definitely reminiscent of Easy. Yeah, I could see that. It definitely has like some West Coast
Yeah,
sound
I
to it.
could hear it in the back. I even went back and listened to just to let you know, and I was like, damn, it sounds a little slowed down, but I just had to ask because I thought that was fresh as fuck. You know what I mean? That was cool.
Oh, yeah, the sample is from a horror movie. But I definitely gotta listen to that song to see what you're talking about because
Watch,
that sounds fresh.
I'll send it to you, bro. After
Yeah,
this. Watch, you're gonna be like, oh shit, like okay, I hear the shit. You know what I mean? But
you
yeah,
do it. Yeah.
and then of
Uh,
course, oh, go ahead. Anybody, you guys got some shit on that jam or not?
I was just gonna say, man, Eazy was the greatest.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That was one of my that's one of my first like favorite rappers like as a kid. Like for real.
Yeah.
Same here.
I had that EP he had as a solo artist. Oh,
Bro,
look
you
at
guys
that,
can say
bro.
that shit.
This guy.
Yeah, man, for real talk. It was like
E.
extra what's it called? 187. It was when he dissed Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
Yeah, hell
that
yeah.
that
187
EP when he
Philip.
dissed Dr. Dre.
40 and shit.
Yeah, with the dead homies. And that was like my shit. Like, give me that nut,
Yeah, yeah.
fucking cruising down the street in my 6'4", fucking the remix,
The remix.
all that
I
shit,
think that
bro.
one was
Yeah.
cool, bro. Yeah, yeah, of course. But
That was one of my
That,
that was one of my first like memories of hip hop is Easy. And that was one of my first like favorite rappers. So for sure.
that was my first experience like in listening to like gangster rap type shit. You know what I mean? And I remember I had stole the Walkman. You know what I'm saying? And it had that tape in there, but it was the Eternal E one, which is like, man, my first shit was like all is gold. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about? And I remember listening to those lyrics, like, what the fuck? Going to school, like rapping them out loud, thinking I was the shit. Everybody staring at me like I'm crazy and shit. And from then on, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even know he had passed. I was walking around like Easy E was alive and shit.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Until Bone Thugs came out with that Crossroads, and I saw that video and shit, and it had Easy E in the sky, and then I looked at the booklet and it said R.I.P. I was like, Easy E's gone. I was like, what the fuck? So that shit's crazy.
I have like a very similar experience. Like I feel like what you just said is exactly what I've been through. Like 100%. Like I remember all that shit.
That shit is crazy.
man, yeah, no, fuck yeah, easy for life, man. Fucking even what was that? No, remember when we found out, or I did at least. I didn't know about that shit, but that one CD or the album, whatever the fuck, that came out back in like 2003.
Oh, the fuck, what's it called?
You know what?
5150.
No,
No, they kind of did what they did with that Tupac album where they found old tracks and they put new beats on them.
Okay.
you know what,
The
man?
cover was done by Mr. Cartoon.
That's what I was gonna say.
Uh,
Exactly. That's what I was gonna bring up. That I found out that the cover was done by Mr. Cartoon. I was like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit! That even makes it fresher. You know what I mean? But that album's good
I
shit.
forgot the name of that album though, but all those tracks, it was just old shit they found and they just dropped them on new beats and shit, and other rappers got into it. You know how they did that shit with Pac
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
like 50 Cent and
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
on that.
Well,
You know what I
fucking
mean?
another song that really fucking of yours that I was like, God damn, I don't know, man. I don't know if you could pull it off, cause Stone Cold. How'd you pull
Oh
that
yeah, the
shit
Stone
off, bro?
Cold track.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
pull that shit off, bro. You made it work.
It's my listen, when I make music from my heart and like in what I love. And Stone Cold is my favorite wrestler of all time. And I'm a big wrestling fan. So it's not like he's my favorite wrestler and wrestling something I like a little bit. No, I love wrestling and I love
Yeah.
Stone Cold.
Right.
So when I said and I surround myself with shit I love all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like Stone Cold, like the theme song. If you just think about the Stone Cold theme song, it's like one of the greatest theme songs of all time. I think it's the greatest theme song of all time. We can talk about that. We can debate that. I think
No,
the
right now.
glass shattering, the Jim Johnson, Stone Cold motherfucking entrance is the best theme song of all time. So me as a rapper, was like, all right, and I agree, Ash. It is very like thin ice, bro. You can either kill that shit or you can be on a dope ass Stone Cold beat and be whack, right? So what I did was I just made it a show track, man, and I made sure that it's something that when it comes on a live show is just like Austin coming through the arena through the Titantron. And I used to start my set with it, but now I end it. You know, I used to start it with the I either do it with the double Fagos like Austin, or I
Hell
usually
yeah.
Stone Cold Stunner a fan or my hype man every show. So I'll send them home happy. You know what I'm saying? So, but the creation of that was for it to be just to recreate that fucking feeling I get and what Austin fans get at my live show, because I know I feel very, personal with the Austin character, with the Austin persona, with the fucking magic he brought in my life. So that's easy for me to carry because it's real. You know what I'm saying? So when I make it, it's real. And when I'm spitting, it's real. So when I Stone Cold Stunner somebody at the end of my set, just know that is it. I'm drained. Like I just gave it 110%, man. So it was very easy for me to create that. And the Stone Cold video wasn't easy for me to create because I had to find a wrestling ring and there's a lot of cool special effects in it. But the song has been a fan favorite for years, and I'm probably never gonna stop performing that.
I gotta tell you this, man. You gotta understand, bro. Like I've heard other motherfuckers try to do the Stone Cold shit, and there's only 2 people that pulled it off, bro. Right? Which is what
Disturbed.
who? Yeah, Disturbed and fucking Tierre Diaz, bro. There's only 2 motherfuckers that pulled it out, bro. So you're the shit for that, man. You're the shit for that. I give you props because I don't think I was trying to like kiss your ass and listen to him be like, yeah, I'm gonna give him props. No, I was all, let's see if you could pull it off. Like if it sucks, I'm gonna let him know. You know what I mean? Or I'm not gonna talk about it. But yeah,
And you know what?
bro.
When that album came out where they were grabbing like artists to do the wrestling themes, and I saw Disturbed did Stone Cold, I was like, how the fuck are they gonna do that?
That's what I'm saying.
That shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And I mean, they pulled it off. And what Ash is telling you right now, that's dope shit. Because that track, that's a crazy track. It's hard to write to it and get to the beat.
Disturbed killed that shit. I remember him coming out to that at WrestleMania 17. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of my back when you can change the songs in the video games. I used to change his song to that one. I love the Disturbed one. So here my song is up there with that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh no, definitely. Cool, I put it up there for sure, bro. For sure, 100%, man. But yeah, man, good shit, man.
Man, I'll tell you what though, this brother is in the right house right now. Fucking wrestling, horror. You're in the right house right now.
I busted it out for you. KFT.
Look at that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Busted it out.
Yeah.
I got the Funkos. I got the mask. I even got the candy. This is the candy right here.
Oh,
I got the Michael Myers candy, and these are like little knives and shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. I got that shit too.
Michael Myers is my guy, dog. Michael Myers is my guy. So I was like, I'm gonna bust this out real quick for KFT.
Hell yeah, appreciate that, brother. Check this homeboy out, man. I got him all doped up with the hairnet and shit.
Yes, sir.
Man. That's some dope shit. But you know what, man? I like that topic of wrestling themes, because for sure Stone Cold is like, man, that shit is just, it erupts that arena. You know what I mean? And Stone Cold is able to carry that theme on his shoulders, and you feel it off him, what that shit's playing. But I think I'm gonna go with either the first Y2J track.
Oh shit, you're right. God damn it.
Or Bret Hart.
No, you know
that's theme. But I think Stone Cold might be like number 3 on my list.
Hold on.
You got many.
No.
But you got that Real American. Can't fuck with that.
Can't. You really can't. You really can't.
I'm really trying to think here and not be biased and shit, because I'll go straight to Bret Hart, but I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna go with DX, bro. I think DX
at the top.
Yeah, DX, Jericho, and probably. Hold on, Manny. I want to hear yours too, bro.
You know what? That DX, that theme is the shit.
Yeah,
that is one of the top fucking jams
So
ever.
yeah, I think I go DX, Jericho, and probably fuck, man. I can't. I want to say NWO because I love it, but it's not hype. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't. You won't get that. Well, I guess you did at WrestleMania
What?
31. I gotta go with NWO, bro. Fuck that.
Oh my God, man.
Go ahead,
All
man.
right, man, what you got?
Check it out. First and foremost, you gotta go with Real American. Second,
I'm not gonna.
close. I'm talking neck and neck. Is fucking the man, Rick motherfucking Flair, bro. When you
Nah,
hear
man.
da,
Nah,
da, you knew what
nah.
time it was, bro. You knew what time it was. Then you hear the woo. You know what I'm saying? You got fucking chills. Even today, they play that shit, and it fucking gives you chills. Then I would have to say, third would probably be let me see.
I hope he says like a fucked up wrestler.
I hope it
It's
says
No,
Stone
no, no,
Cold,
no,
man.
no. I would have to say, and I know it's crazy because it's the same person, but
The
Hollywood
Road Warrior.
Hogan, man, when fucking when
Jimi Hendrix.
when that music hit, that Jimi Hendrix
Jimi
hit,
Hendrix, yeah.
oh my God!
No,
Then he
hold the
came
fuck
out
up.
playing the guitar with the fucking belt. Oh my God! You know what I'm saying? Then I would go NWO. Then I would go DX, and then back to the individual guys.
Wait,
I would have to go with Bret Hart.
All
And
right.
then,
There we
and then
go.
right underneath Bret Hart, you got to go with the fucking Ultimate Warrior, man.
Yes.
Once that fucking music hit, you
But
just
Manny,
got hyped, no matter what.
Manny.
And then Stone Cold. Then it would be Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to debate and shit and get this thing going for an hour because it will go that far if we let it.
But
I think Stone Cold theme versus Ric Flair's. Come on,
Yeah, man.
come
I got
on.
to.
bro, Rick fucking Flair, are you serious?
No,
The
no, but
Man,
Just the theme.
you're thinking of the wrestler. I'm talking about the jam.
I'm talking about the jam too. When you heard that fucking da-da, you fucking knew it, man. You just knew what time it was.
Tell him, Diaz. Tell him what's up.
Once that glass breaks, Manny,
Yep.
the place is over. You won't hear your thoughts, dog. You won't hear your
And I
thoughts.
don't deny it. But like I said, man, as you can see, I came
Welcome.
up a little bit older school wrestling than these new booties. You know what I'm saying? That just came on there NWO and shit. They don't even know Stunning Steve Austin, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
They forgot about the Hollywood Blondes. You know what I'm saying? I remember Steve Austin when he was a Hollywood Blonde. Exactly. Yep. You see what I'm saying? So I remember all that. But when he reinvented himself and it wasn't the Taskmaster, fuck that. That was the stupidest. I mean, the Ringmaster. That was the stupidest thing that they came up with.
I go back to when they didn't even have entrance teams. They just walked out.
Bruno Sammartino.
Fucking Coco Beware.
Hold on, though. Hold on, we're being assholes here, honestly, because nobody said Triple H. Triple H has some fucking jams, bro.
It's tight. It's some of my personal favorites, but I like to be like unbiased and think of like the actual best. That's what I'm trying to do. We can list our favorites all day, but if we list like the actual best, I think about it from the lens like for sure Stone Cold, for sure like The Undertaker. Like nobody said The Undertaker, and I think like unbiased, like his theme is just iconic. Period. Like period.
The Ministry Undertaker theme is one of my favorite themes of all time.
Forget about that. That one's great.
That fucking track is the shit. And I don't know if you heard Ice Cube did a track, I think, with Korn on the guitar or whatever, or something like that. And it sounds just like the Ministry Undertaker theme.
Good shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like when I first heard that shit, it was on the War album. I was like, what the fuck? That sounds like the Undertaker. So
A lot of people
One or
don't
the
know
other.
is I actually did a wrestling theme for a wrestler called Flip Gordon. He wrestled for Ring of Honor for some time, and actually had to sign a Ring of Honor contract and a AAA contract. You know what I'm
Oh
saying, to let
wow,
them use the song. So I myself have signed 2 wrestling contracts,
Hold on.
that's
and
awesome,
Oh,
man.
I did
shit.
I did the themes for Flip Gordon, at least 2 of them, and I did the theme for a wrestler called his new name is Carmelo Hayes. He's in WWE right now, but before
Okay.
he was Kristen Castanova. So I've merged my loves multiple times with wrestling and music, and
Shit, man.
Flip Gordon is the homie, and shout outs to him right now.
No,
That's
that's
awesome,
Right,
cool.
man.
well,
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna change the subject because, like I said, this shit could go on for 4 hours if we let it.
Yes, it can. Yes,
You know
sir.
what I mean? So,
Definitely.
I want to ask you a question. As far as like in hip hop, like when you were growing up, I know that like music changes, right? And a lot of people tend to step back and say, "Hey, well, this new shit sucks. It ain't shit to that old stuff." But once again, it goes back to the culture you grew up with, the way people were, and whatever. And if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, right? But to me, I always tell everyone, I think like the last of like the great rappers to me was 50 Cent. And everyone always disses me on that shit. They're like, what the fuck you talking about? And I was like, dude, 50 Cent was dropping some fucking heat on track. His beats were the shit, lyrics, concepts. He had the movie was good, the video game, all that shit. And everyone always tells me, like, man, you're full of shit. You don't know rap. And it's like, well, what do you think on that?
50 is one of my favorites of all time, dog. Like you're talking to the wrong person if you're trying to get any like, no, like 100% cosign. He's one of my favorite rappers of all time. It was like last month or a couple months ago. It was the 20 years of Get Rich or Die Trying that came out. I spit a verse. I spit a verse on Instagram for it. Like I never really do that. Like it's not really a challenge, but I took it out of my time to write a verse on like how much that album meant to me. So if we're talking like biggest influences, and it's 50, like 50 is definitely one of my top. So no argument at all. 50 is one of my
Hey,
favorites.
I'm on that shit. I always bumped 50 Cent. That Massacre album was one of my favorite albums of all time from the beginning to the end. The soundtrack to the movie, like, god damn, that was a fucking album. I don't know if you rock that shit, but I bumped that shit nonstop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's very little about 50 I haven't listened to. I don't know about the guy. Like I said, like if we're talking top influences, period, not even musicians, just like I don't think I would be the type of rapper I am as far as like if it wasn't for 50. You know what I'm saying? Because he came at my age where I was like a teenager, you know what I'm saying? Because the people I was listening to as a kid were the people that they built me. You know what I'm saying? They built me to be this person. And the people that come at you as a teenager, the 50 Cents, the TIs and all that, the DMXs and all that, they kind of like structure you. You know what I'm saying? So you get built by the Eazy-E's of the world and all that. And then when the Eminems and the Tech Nines and shit come into your life, they kind of like show you the way. And so if we're talking like straight influences, 50 is definitely one of them.
So, same thing on the music thing and all that shit. Where'd you grow up at?
Worcester, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
To see, like, I want to see, like during my time, like, and I want to say probably like from 12 to like 13, 14, the way we grew up, it was very segregated as fuck. Like you had your goth kids, you had your skaters, you had your cholos, you had your G's, you know what I'm saying? Like it was all like that. And it was always fucked up. Like if they cut, like if you're a G, but you're bumping Nirvana, they dissed you on that shit. Right. And me and Ash, we grew up around that, but we always felt like we liked a bit of everything. You know what I mean? And it got to the point where we're like, man, we don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bump this. I got my Aerosmith, I got Eazy-E on track. My mix was all that shit. Did you have any of that growing up? Like any of that shit?
I'm sure that definitely happened. It's as far as me, I was heavy on rap. And it wasn't until like later, like teenage years and high school, that I stopped giving a fuck about showing people other shit. You know what I'm saying? I liked what I liked. I wasn't really like trying to put people on. I remember trying to put people on to like the ICP though, because I was like, this is like different than anything I've ever heard ever, period. So like I was showing people like ICP, expecting them to feel the way I felt about it, like this is unique, this is crazy, this is dope. And people would be like, they either knew about them and was like turned off, like, oh, I don't want to hear that, or they didn't react the way I thought they would react.
Yeah.
So but like I stopped showing people like, but because I didn't really give a fuck what other people, you know, thought about my music taste. But um as far as like my music taste, it was heavy rap for a long time, and then it started diversing so all the way to this point where I barely listen to rap. You know what I'm saying? It's not for disliking of anybody, it's just I like pop music, I like alternative rock music, I like metal, I like so many other different genres that's where that's my comfort zone now. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You know what? I'll admit some right now, and Ash could probably like say like, yeah, he's right. When we were first introduced to ICP, right, which was by my cousin, I looked at that shit like, what the fuck is that?
Oh yeah.
Like we were painted up, and I was trying to find a category for it in my head, like who rocks this, who bumps this, and I was like, nah, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Then he got that shockumentary, popped in that tape, started watching that shit, and I was like, why these fools wearing wrestling masks?
Yeah, me too. That's what,
you know what I mean? He's all, they like wrestling, and I was like, what? Are you serious? Yeah, they do their own wrestling shit, whatever. That got my interest. Next thing you know, fucking in a week, I was a juggalo. You know what I'm saying? That's legit shit.
Yeah, man.
Am I right, Ash?
No, dude, exactly like that, man.
Oh no, go ahead, Ash.
Like I remember seeing the pictures where, like the heads or whatever with the dreads. And
Yeah.
I especially looked at Shaggy too, though, bro. Listen to this, all right? And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, fuck that, right? Little, and then like, you know, like he said, once we started finding out what the fuck they're about, this is when GTA 1 was barely out, because my cousin would play that shit while he's playing GTA 1. You know what I'm saying? And I remember seeing that picture and be like, dude, fuck, what the fuck? This guy looks weird. Like, what fuck this shit, you know? And little like later on, like, dude, that dude's my fucking idol. I love that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like how he said though, from the shockumentary and shit, and seeing what they're about, and then knowing that they're just trying to be cool and funny and being themselves, bro. In the end, not like anybody else. Bro, I was like, damn, he's fresh as fuck. I grew my hair out and shit, didn't comb it, so it could look like dreads and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was nappy shit.
But I think that mixture was what we were looking for, because like I said, I mean, I was bumping Manson hard. Like I love Marilyn Manson's music. And if you look in my CD case, man, I got Eazy-E, I got Death Row shit, you know, I got Marilyn Manson. It didn't make any sense, right?
Mhm.
And I think ICP kind of blended all that into one.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it just felt good.
And
you know,
yeah, and then remember they dropped like Psychopathic Riders and all that shit. You're like, whoa,
Yep.
what the fuck? On this beat that I already know, Cypress Hill, whatever the fuck, you know. So no, definitely.
And thankful like for my like sister and like my mom for put me onto the Temptations, the Stylistics, Michael Jackson. That's in my blood. You know, the freestyle music of the 90s, like dun, 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 like all that shit is like, that's what I actually listen to, waking up and they're cleaning the house to that. So thanks to them, like the Bobby Browns, the Whitney Houstons, the Sade's, like all that is in me and all that is in my music. So like, thank God for my mom and like my family, my upbringing, for having that in me. Cause like I can listen to the Stylistics and Temptations all day and just be like right at home. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I want to say next. It's like we're talking about all these genres and shit, and I'm not trying to diss you in no way, shape, or form, Manny, but I want to know how even Manny like grew up through all kinds of shit, like lived through it. You know what I mean? Even like when we got it, he already lived past it, right? You know what I'm saying, Manny?
Yeah.
Like you went through the hip hop shit. I bet you, dude, Manny, you come off as a guy that probably bumped the shit out of. What's that song called, bro? That
Ray Charles wasn't blind when Manny was rocking them, bro.
No, bro. Wild
thing. You know what I'm talking
about, homie? But no, Manny, for real though. Like you went through a lot of shit as a kid, like music. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting, bro. I've always wanted to know, because you even, I'm pretty sure, you know, in Mexican music too, like, you know, listen to and all that. So how was that shit, bro?
It's just like Tierre Diaz said, man. I was well rounded. You know what I'm saying? My pops, he liked the 50s and 60s music, and then of course they love their rancheras and their coritas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know they love that storytelling and stuff like that. And of
Exactly.
course, you know, cumbias wasn't real big at that time back in the
Oh,
day.
no. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it started, you know what I'm saying? I remember Los Sombra coming and blowing up. And when they first came up, you know what I'm saying? This and that, Menudo and everything, you know what I mean? And so I was well rounded. And since we lived in the hood here in Saginaw, you know what I'm saying? I was introduced to R&B and hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about UTFO. You know what I'm saying? KMC Crew. You know what I mean? All these cats. You know what I'm saying? The Isley Brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like he said, you know, the Stylistics, the Temptations. You know, Motown was very strong up here. You know what I mean? And so just I had a pleasure of being well rounded. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's the key to it, is because if you just set your sights on one type of music, it's like wrestling. If you just set your focus on one style of wrestling, you'll never evolve.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because wrestling is always evolving, and so is music. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to evolve with it. You know what I'm saying? I remember on Saturday nights, they had a dude up here in town and they called him DJ Boogie. And he would scratch live on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And then they had the midnight slow jams. You know what I'm saying? That they play at midnight. You know, they had the club. After the club, you going home with your girl or with a girl. You know what I'm saying? And then they had their
Yeah,
slow
man.
and their slow shit because all you had was the radio. You know what I'm saying? You had
I
records and
remember.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe some 8 tracks, but it was the radio that was the foremost. You know what I'm saying? Because this was before the internet and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? And and just speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? When the boys came out, ICP, like I said, they first came out, they were on tape. You know what I'm saying? And so to try to get their music from Detroit up here, there was only like 1 or 2 shops that sold that shit. You know what I'm saying? And my one homeboy, Ray Garcia, he's the one that put me on it. And at first I was just like, man, I don't know, man. But then that this horrorcore shit, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really too into that because it was more the gangster shit at the time. But then I tell you who busted the door open was motherfucking Isham.
Oh, yeah, man. Forget about
Isham came out with that, and the homie don't play that, and all this other shit.
I gotta
And
say something, Manny. I
Yeah.
gotta say something. I discovered Isham through ICP, right?
Yeah.
Didn't know nothing about this homeboy. Did not know who he was. Nothing of his tracks. Then I knew somebody who was a juggalo, and they started buying all this Detroit rap.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Then he showed me Isham.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, from like the first to the second track, I put Isham up there with Eazy-E. And
Wow.
to this day, it's still there. Like, Isham is like my top level fucking rapper of all time. Love that homeboy. I love his music. And that shit's forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man.
That's how powerful Isham was for his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that sort of opened the door for me for the Clowns. You know what I'm saying? So I remember the first CD. I remember the first tape I ever heard was Beverly Kills. You know what I'm saying? So that night they performed it at the Diesel. I'm up there and they tripped out. Not the boys, but like DJ Carlito and them were tripping out because I'm up there singing that shit word for word, and they're like,
Right.
how the fuck, you know, because they knew I wasn't really a juggalo and stuff like that, but I knew their music because of my homeboy. That's what he would bump.
Right.
And so I was just like, yeah, man, I fucking remember these songs and this and that. And they was like, damn, for real? And I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I was just like, you know, and then I'll be honest, man, a lot of people up here consider them like white trash. You know what I'm saying?
What
If
the
you listen to them, it was white trash music, this and that.
Damn.
That's how they were labeled. You know what I'm saying? And up here in Saginaw, and but they broke that fucking stereotype. They broke that glass ceiling, man, and they just because they kept coming and coming and coming and never gave up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then I start hearing more of their songs here and there because one, you already know they never got any fucking radio play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They never got radio play. So, you know what I'm saying? This and that. And it was just, that's the old school way to hear music was by somebody getting a tape and sending it to
Right.
your cousin or whatever
Yeah.
that was in
Hey,
Colorado.
what-
or Texas.
Stole the Walkman, Manny. You stole the Walkman, and whatever tape was in there, that's what you. That's
Well,
how it works.
I was actually stealing the fucking cassette tape players
Called
out
Tierre.
of cars. You know what I'm saying? The statute of
Right.
limitations is up, so I'm not saying where and when, but I didn't
Manny
steal
gets
the
arrested
Walkman.
tomorrow
I
for a
was
Walkman.
stealing the fucking Pioneer fucking head units and shit out of people's cars and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever was
You know
up in
what?
that dash,
I got
that's
something that's kind of
what
dope.
came with me.
Check this out, man. I got something that's kind of dope. This is a Stranger
What is
Things
that?
tape.
Oh, how
I don't know
the
if
fuck
you
is
because
that?
of glare. Can you see that shit?
Yeah, I
Fuck
can't
the
see it.
glare. Yeah, it's a Stranger Things tape.
How the fuck
Oh
is it?
shit! And
This
it's
is pretty
funny.
dope, huh?
They bit off Esham. Esham's first tape was Red.
Wow.
Then they had Booming Words from Hell and Pussy Ain't Got No Face and all that other shit. But
All right.
his tape was Red. And that's why I was just like, it's like, man, this black dude talking about some devil worship stuff, man. But it was crazy because the bass and everything was just on
Oh, shit.
fire, man. You know what I'm saying?
I should have said I got Suge Knight's new album out of prison.
Oh.
Right there.
Hey,
But-
He recorded Hit 'em Up Part 2 on this bitch.
Hit him up part 2.
You
Oh,
got
that's
that
right
shit
on.
on. All right, so check this out. I wanted to talk about something that we really haven't talked about, and I think this is like with Diaz here is a good one, that good talk to have. And many had said it how they were considering like it's just white trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never in music and shit like that. I always fucking hated that shit. How like music was just for this or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. And to me, like it doesn't fucking matter if you're Latino. You know what I mean? White, whatever the fuck. We're all in this together, and it all makes great music together. You know what I mean? And what's crazy about that, man, is that like ICP was one of my influences when I saw that, where it doesn't fucking matter, right? But it also happened with Kevin Smith when the first time I watched Clerks. I don't know why, but that fucking movie like made me feel like, man, I could be whoever the fuck I want to be and still be, you know, who I am, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain that shit, you know, with like watching like, I don't know if you guys have seen Clerks. Have you ever seen Clerks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen it with like Jason Mewes, the way he was in that. And you know how that movie was funny and all that bullshit. And then after that, I got into ICP, and it's like, man, we're all in this together. You know what I mean? Fuck what you are. It doesn't even matter. I don't even see that shit.
No,
Yeah.
You know?
definitely. And I mean,
But they definitely broke some barriers. You know what I'm saying? They definitely broke some barriers and they kept with it. And that's why I think that's why they stand alone. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well, it's like
they-
I said before, Manny, when we're at that Red Rock show and the cops came up to us and we're like, oh fuck, they're about to fuck with us, right? And no, they just came up and said, hey man, aren't you guys at the wrong show? What the hell are you guys doing here? And we're like, man, this is Juggalo shit. We're all the same here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we
Right.
told them. They were looking at us like, these fucking guys, do they even speak English? Motherfucker.
These motherfuckers.
Oh shit.
I gotta ask Diaz this shit though, bro. I gotta ask you, bro, because you know you're into music and shit, and of course you know there's so much fucking music to listen to. But did you ever somehow? Because I know you're in the East Coast, right? Did you ever somehow get a hold of Chicano rap from LA and shit?
Back on like MTV Jams, you know what I'm saying? MTV Jams played a couple. It's very rare though, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't on like heavy rotation, but that's the only exposure I got, you know, back in those days. It's like MTV Jams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that. That's what I'm saying. Because there was actually some good rappers there. You know what I mean at the time, but it's kind of like they kept it so 90s and shit, I believe, you know what I mean? And that's why they didn't make any shit because they were too gangster and shit. But there's one rapper that, or there's a couple, you know, but one that I could talk about, and I think you probably heard him on MTV. Was Lil Rob on MTV way or no?
No, bro.
Yes. No, they
I heard a
did.
Lil Rob. If I heard a Lil Rob, I must have heard him somewhere. I heard a Lil Rob.
Exactly.
All right, so see the Summer Nights, I bet you heard Summer Nights.
Yes.
Exactly. See,
Nice.
dude, that dude is so talented, bro, but he's lazy as fuck. He hasn't pulled out an album in 10 years, this motherfucker, and I love him. He's a fuck.
Yeah, man.
When we
That's answering his backhanded comments, bro. His backhanded fucking. He said, "I love him. He's great, but he's fucking lazy."
no,
That proves his point though, because one, I'm pretty sure I only know that one song from him.
Yup.
And two, I haven't heard his name since I heard that one song from him. So that
Exactly.
proves both of his points.
Forget about it. So yeah, man.
Yup.
Well, that's
And then also, Ash got a tattoo on his chest of you remember Gerardo?
who, the guy on the TV shit with the
Yeah.
drama?
No, not no, not the reporter, fool.
Oh,
I'm talking about
I
the
was gonna say
dude,
he looks like my grandpa,
the dude
bro.
with the long hair. You KFT knows who I'm talking about.
What the fuck?
Nah.
Yeah, man, Gerardo. Hold on. Oh shit, I'm using my phone. Ash, look it up on your phone right quick.
Hold on. Homie's
This
gonna look him
dude.
up.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
him.
Rico Suave.
Rico
All you had to
Suave.
say is Rico Suave, bro.
Yeah, Rico
No,
Suave.
fuck that.
Rico
Manny.
Suave.
This is my wallpaper, man.
Hold on.
Yeah,
See?
Rico
I
Suave,
told
homie.
you.
I
I
was gonna.
told you. He look.
Are
Tierre
you
Diaz
kidding me, Manny?
is
That's
weird.
exactly what Ash used to dress like. He had that
Yo.
hair and everything.
No, fuck that. I had the body. Fuck you guys. Oh, fuck you talking about?
Oh shit! I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm
No,
just
hell yeah.
fucking
I'm gonna
with
spit
you.
that water out, G.
No, but fucking So somehow you fucking, because you're, how you say, you know, you're half and half or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
so you went through a lot of fucking music, and then you fucking somehow land, you know what I mean, the Juggalo shit, and that probably fucking shook your world up, you know what I mean? And I could tell by the way you rap and shit, and I think that's fresh, man. Like, kind of fucking elaborate on that shit. Like, how the fuck, when you seen, let's say, Hocus Pocus and shit, the video, or fucking, or the first time you went to their concert and shit, seeing the Fago and all that shit and feeling the fucking vibes, it's something different. Yeah, right?
So in a lot is I related to KFT story about, you know, stealing the Walkman and having Easy be in there, right? That
Right.
could have been anything. That could have been Cher. That could have been fucking the Beatles. You know what I'm saying? That could have been anything, but it was Easy E. So my first time hearing ICP it doesn't make sense to this day. It does not make sense. The story I'm about to tell you is crazy, but it's true. But it's 100% true. So I'm a child, bro. I'm like 7 or 6 years old at this point. And I'm just roaming the basements, bro. I'm just roaming the basements, man. And just exploring, looking at boxes and going through boxes, right? I don't know how to explain it, but there was a CD on the floor, or maybe in a box, right? It was definitely in the basement, and it was definitely like loose. It was a fucking loose CD, man. And it was it had pink and blue clowns around it, right? So I was like, maybe I grabbed, I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe I grabbed just that one. Maybe I grabbed a bunch of CDs. I don't know. But it was a loose ass CD in my basement, and I put it on. I went upstairs, put it in my boombox. Because at that time I was kind of like stealing music from my big brother who lived in the house at the time. So I would sneak in when he was away and like go in the CD case and like rip them to like little cassette tapes. So I had the music, you know what I'm saying? Because the only time I heard that music was in his car.
Yeah.
So that's my type of way to do that. So I found this loose CD, no case, no words on it. There's no words on the CD either. It's just pink and blue clowns on this motherfucker. So I'm like a child, bro. I'm like 6 or 7 years old. I pop it in, and it's like, it was a dark, gentle night in the little town of, well, your town. And it starts with a scary story, damn near. And then it starts with the Carnival Carnage beat, man.
Fuck
So
yeah.
like, so you gotta understand. There was no context behind it. And I'm just like a kid thinking like, what is this clown shit? And it starts with a scary story, and I'm just enthralled from the minute, because it was like I had goosebumps like right away. I was like, this shit is kind of scary. And then the beat's crazy, and then the juggler drops. Wait, then the juggler up in the mix, and like I'm like, yo, this nigga spitting. So I was like, okay, so this is a rap album. Okay, this is a rap album, because he kind of sounds like Easy. He kind of sounds like the juggler, because that's the first song that is on the Carnival Carnage. It's like hip hop, you know what I'm saying? He's spitting on that motherfucker. And then it gets into First Day Out, and it gets into Rebel Flag, gets darker, and you know what I'm saying? Night of the Axe. So that is my first exposure. That's my first exposure to these people. And that's the only exposure I had for all my life. Cause I was like, I'm the only person in my knowledge that knows who these people are. So I go to ask my brother, like, oh, who is this? Nobody knows in my house. My mom is there. She don't, how would she know? And my brother don't know. My brother's listening to No Limit Records, DMX, Eminem, you know what I'm saying? Whoever he's listening to, Big Pun. Big Pun is huge. I gotta shout out Big Pun. So he's listening to all these people, and I'm like, who's these ICP people? Who's like, I don't know. So he don't know how the CD's there. I don't know how the CD's there. But yet somehow it found me, it found my house, and that obviously changed my whole trajectory of my life, because I have it, and they're not on TV. I can't see them on TV. It's like damn near before the internet. You know what I'm saying? I can't look these people up. I just know their like rap names. I know they're Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. I don't know if Insane Clown Posse like is spoken that much in that album, but ICP is. So I was like, all right, these guys are ICP, Violent J, and Shaggy 2 Dope. And this album's called Carnival Carnage. So and it blew my wig back, man. And I'm like, to this day, like, stars had to align. A lot of shit had to happen for that CD to end up on my basement floor. You know what I'm saying? And it just changed my whole trajectory of my life, dog. And I remember it so vividly. You know what I'm saying? I remember it so vividly. And it wasn't until maybe years later that I heard another ICP song. All I had for years was Carnival Carnage. I didn't see Hocus Pocus on the TV. I didn't see any of this shit. It wasn't until Amazing Jackal Brothers in '98 that I heard of them again. So I didn't know about like the Great Milenko, Ringmaster, Riddlebox. I didn't live through chronological order. All I had was this one CD. And then the moment I found out somebody else knew about them, that's when I got the rest of the discography. All I needed was one person with an ICP shirt in my middle school. And I was like, you know about them too? Please burn me CDs, man. Burn me something. I need to learn about these dudes. And it was so my order was Carnival Carnage and Amazing Jackal Brothers. And then floodgates are open.
Wow.
So like, next day at school, he shows up with his face painted.
I didn't even know what they looked like. I didn't know.
Man, that's crazy.
I didn't know what they looked like, bro. They were clowns apparently, but I knew the Carnival Carnage logo. That's all I knew, man, for years. Because I gotta understand, I was like 7, bro. I was like 7 or like I was really, really young. So it wasn't until I was like maybe 8 or 10 that I found out about anyone else knowing about them. So that shit.
Hold on, man. let's take it back to what you said, man. You just made me realize a lot of shit, man. That how you were saying how that fucking Carnival Carnage made it to your fucking house somehow, dude, and it just fucking changed your life to some positive ass shit, bro. And you know what? I never thought about it like that. And it's true, like even with us, like
Yep.
we're together because of this shit right now, right? You see what I'm saying, Manny?
Hell yeah.
Right? Like what the fuck? It's true. That
Start,
that
bro. All
yeah.
these different walks, like our
What the fuck?
age groups, stars, locations, so many shit had to happen for us to be here together talking.
And
And
this
it's all under this one little umbrella.
it's that fucking Carnival Carnage CD that you fucking seen this when I seen Shaggy and said, fuck that. What the fuck is this? And whatever the fuck, then we seen Shakamanry and all that shit. Like, how crazy, bro? Because I think we're fucking
All right, that shit's making me feel like the medibles are kicking in now.
that's what I'm saying. No, me too, bro. That's why I'm bringing it up. You know, like, if we sat there and listened to fucking whoever the fuck,
Like you said, the Beatles. It
yeah,
could have been the motherfucking Beatles. It could have been, Metallica.
we wouldn't have
right?
been here talking like this. This
Nope.
Yeah, that's
is
crazy.
making new friends and shit. Oh man, you know what? This is beautiful shit, man. I love this. I love it. Good.
Ash was like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm done.
no, right now I'm like,
He's
fuck.
dead.
You just blew my mind, bro. You just blew my fucking mind, man. Like I'm like, what the?
And it blows my mind thinking of it. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't have to make sense. It's just what it is, and I'm so grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm so grateful it happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so happy, and of course it resonated with me because it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
it wasn't supposed to, it wouldn't have. So many
And
amazing things happened because of that one moment when I was a kid in my basement exploring. I don't know what the hell I was looking for that day, but it wasn't
then
that.
not only that on that part where you just said, for those who don't know, let them know what you got coming up pretty soon and who you got a tour with.
Hold on. Time out. Before we get into that, I want to know what made you decide to try to give this thing that you were listening to a shot. What happened where you were like, you know what? I think I can do this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I want to hear that story.
You talking about me starting rapping or me popping
Yeah.
in CLC? Rapping?
You started rapping, yep.
All I've ever wanted to do in my life was, and I have the book to prove it. I have because they made us write like little books in elementary school, right?
right.
Yep.
I have it to this day. I'm a fucking hoarder I'm a collector. I'm a hoarder, man. So, and not literally, but I collect
I got
keepsakes.
you.
Things that are personal to me, I keep. All I've ever wanted to be was a rapper and an actor. That's it.
Right.
Since little, I believe what I was put on earth to do was entertain and to express myself and to create. That is when I'm the happiest, and that's how it's always been. Since a little child, I have the home videos to prove it. I've always been in front of the camera, acting, making music, singing Michael Jackson, performing, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all I've ever wanted to do was rap, and I think a big reason for that is because of the era I grew up on, because of what you know what I'm saying? I grew up in the 90s, man. Hip hop was at its best there. So I couldn't have not been just absolutely influenced by it. And because of my older brother, it's because of my brother-in-law, my sisters, because of these people. Like I said, I grew up also on Michael Jackson and Temptations. I didn't grow up wanting to do that, but I knew rap resonated with me. You know what I'm saying? It was just in my blood. You know what I'm saying? And it started very early. So to answer your question, Manny, it's just something I always wanted to do. I never not knew I wanted to be a rapper, but I actually started putting pen to paper in elementary school, man.
Okay.
And you guys remember Blue Books? Because I don't know if it's a regional thing or age group thing, but they have, like, in my elementary school, they gave out Blue Books, which was just like the little cheap little notebooks, right? Little cheap little notebooks they have for math and whatever the hell. I still have my blue book with actual rhymes in it.
God damn.
In like third grade. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've
That's
been putting
awesome.
pen to paper for as long as I want. And of course, it was about the shit I was listening to, guns and gangs. I was being a gangster shit. I like 8-6, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's my passion, and I'm so passionate about it to this day, and it's never not been a part of my life, man. Thank God for DMX, Eminem, NWA, Eazy-E, Big
Amen.
Pun, No Limit Records. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for Method Man, Wu-Tang. These guys were in my blood right away, naughty by nature, and thanks to them, made me want to pick up the pen. Capone Noriega, big on me, man. So that's all I've ever wanted to do, Manny. And that and acting, and I'm doing both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. What was your first big break? Like either or, acting or when you
Manny, you're
first started
killing my
getting in
question,
the
homie.
studio.
My first big break in music, I would say, was doing like I was like kind of early in like like maybe MySpace days, right? Remember
Okay.
MySpace?
Right. Yeah. Of course.
So I would say I was kind of I was very young at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was very young, but I remember my music being very popular in my area when MySpace was going on. And then when that era ended, I basically transitioned into I was like, all right, so this is done. Everybody's on Facebook, but YouTube is a thing. So let me start getting my stuff on YouTube. So I started just putting my music on YouTube, making my own videos, which I still do to this day, just creating stuff visually and putting it out. And that really, people that knew me before started coming back, and I started getting new ones. But my first like big eruption of fans happened around maybe 2011, 2012, and it was like Funk Volume, Hobson and shit like that. They were doing like contests, and I submitted, and I was one of the most popular people always submitting. You know what I'm saying? I would always be in their top 25 finalists, and I actually garnered became friends with Hobson and stuff like that. So I gained a big boom in that era. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of YouTube contests. That was my grind at the time. Really just put my face out there for as many people as possible. If I saw a contest, I would enter it, and boom, I would get new fans there. Same thing with all the FE stuff. So that was my big boom, I would say. But locally, I was always like kind of buzzing around. But my big boom happened, I think, around 2011, 2012.
Good shit.
Okay.
And that's dope because you were using the platform that was, hitting the platform that was hot. You know what I mean? Jumping on there and killing that shit. But I really want to talk about this shit right here, and I know Ash does too.
Yeah.
So you've done some acting, which I believe a lot of people don't know. I saw that you got Wakanda Forever on that list.
Yeah.
Did you have anything to do with that one?
Like a really small like background role. So I still do background, you know what I'm saying? Because depending on the role, like, for Wakanda Forever, they had us shoot overnights, which pay really well. When you're in the I'm in a Screen Actors Guild. So we get paid a little bit more to do background work. So when I'm taking background jobs nowadays, it's for the experience, like, oh, I have an opportunity to work on Black Panther, absolutely. And the fact that it's like 5 nights, and then the fact that it's like 5 nights in a row overnight, that's a good, chunk of change paycheck. So one, the experience is amazing to do something like that, and two, the money is not too shabby to do background work to this day. But I'm very, right now I don't have to do that because I've got an agent now and I'm getting more speaking roles, but I'm not above. To me, I still could dabble in some background work if the opportunity works right. But right now it's all about the speaking roles and the commercials and bigger and better things. But I definitely got my start on background work, 100%.
Hey,
and
man.
I co-sign that hard. I recommend anybody that wants to get into acting is to find out how you can start doing background and extra work. And that's how my career started in acting.
Beautiful.
Hey, you worked on Wakanda Forever. What the fuck?
No, for
real.
real.
I'm a massive mark to the MCU. Love that shit. That's one of my favorite movies. Manny changed his name from Manny Fresh to Akukukan after that one.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is fucking dope. Another one, did you do some work on The Purge?
Yeah, man. I got actually like a pretty dope role in there. I got a poster right behind me of my character. Like it's obviously me in the Purge costume, but it's me, man. I worked on the Purge
Yeah.
Nice.
election year. I think that's part 3.
Yeah.
And my character is like on the cover and like on movie posters, and they like ran with it. So yeah, that
Man,
was like one of my big breaks for sure.
that shit is dope. And then
Dude,
also Dexter.
Oh man. Yeah, that was Dex is one of my favorite shows of all time. And I'm in like 8 of the 10 episodes. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow.
Oh,
Man,
here
that
it
shit
is.
is dope.
Oh, here's my character from The Purge right here.
oh,
Yeah, I
shit.
know that
What the
character.
fuck?
This
That's
whole time we've been staring at Tierre Diaz up in this bitch.
yeah,
Fuck.
Damn.
that's me. And I got pictures of like me on set, outside the mask, inside the mask. So in on set, like showing the light up cars and stuff. Cause I have like a really cool scene in that. But that was an amazing moment. But being in Dexter was like one of my like I fucking dream come trues, because one, it's been over. Like the show
Yup.
ended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The show ended, so there was no to me there was no chance that I would never fathom, you know what I'm saying, like being on Dexter. It was just a pipe dream. The show ended 10 years ago at this point. So when they announced that it was coming back, as a as a fan, first thought, yes, fuck yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so happy it's back. Like that's it. That's when my thoughts ended. I'm just so happy that Dexter's back. 2, I find out that it's shooting in my state.
Whoa.
So right there, my mindset switched to I'm happy it's back to I need to get in this show. So this is before I had an agent as well. So when new productions come to my state, they usually do it in like very kind of like mystery. It's shrouded in mystery. So it's going under a code name a lot of times.
Yup.
So when
Yeah.
Dexter is shooting in your state, it's not going to be like Dexter shooting. It's like under a code name, and you have to like find out who's casting and all that. So at the time where I found out that Dexter is shooting in Massachusetts, I started submitting my name, my resume, my acting reel to every submission, to every casting director, period. Just going like this with my information. Because at this point in my career, I have a good enough reel, I have a good enough acting resume to get booked. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough, and I just went all out trying to get this role, trying to get this role. And then one day I woke up to an email saying I booked the role for, and it was just like a bunch of dates, you know. So when you book a role, they show you what days they want you to work,
All
and it
right.
was for months. It was from like March to August, and I'm like,
Nice.
yes.
Good
I'm like,
He was
shit.
like,
yes, yes,
what?
yes. I'm like, yes, 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 a million times yes. And it was called Marble. So I'm excited. I was like, okay, I booked a role as Zach's friend. So I'm like in a group of people that are featured in the show for basically the whole season, right? So I'm in just a group, like I'm in a group of 3 people. And I'm like, all right, perfect. This is amazing money. This is amazing exposure. I'm so happy. So I call my girlfriend, and I'm like, yo, I just booked this role. And she was like, congratulations. She was like, what's it called? I'm like, it's a Showtime show called Marble. I'm not sure, but I don't care what it is. I'm excited. And she was like, okay, let me find out what it is. Da, 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 da. And she does some digging, and they were like, she was like, oh my God. I'm like, what? She was like, it's Dexter. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not
You're
Dexter.
like, what?
Like, it's not Dexter. She was like, and she sent me the article, and it was like, Dexter shooting in da 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 under the code name Marble. And I was like,
Hell yeah.
I'm in my
That's
studio.
awesome.
I'm in my studio on the phone. I look up to the top left corner. I see my Dexter poster right there. And I'm like, I just started bawling, crying.
Good. Yeah. Fuck yeah, brother.
Yeah.
I just started crying, dog. And it was in a week where so many dope things was happening. I think it was the same week I connected with Violent J as well, man. So
Wow.
like in that
Big
same
shit.
exact
Big
week,
shit, man.
like it was just I would have cried regardless, but because of all the emotions I was already in, it was like a carnival carnage moment. It was just so surreal, man. And I didn't care. I didn't care if I was in one scene. I didn't care if I was doing background. I didn't care. I just knew I had to be on that show. And to be on that show for as much as I for as much as I was, and for as long as I was, and for it to be one of the best set experiences I've ever had, because you can go on sets and work there and not make any friends, not make any memories, or just have a bad experience. But the fact that it was one of the best experiences I've ever had just puts everything like to the next level. And I have to say this as well, because I visualized it. So when I realized that it was shooting in Massachusetts, like I said, I switched my gear from fan to wanting to be on it. I set my mind to it. Like literally, I set my mind to it, meaning I would meditate on it, I would pray on it, and I would visualize myself being in the show.
Right.
And I would I truly believed it, so much to the point where if people ask me, whether being an asshole or maybe just literally curious, like, hey, are you in Dexter? Some people ask it condescending and some people ask it for real. I would say, yep, I am in Dexter, without ever being on it. Some people would call that lying. I didn't think I was lying at that time. And I was like, yep, I'm going to be in Dexter. And I truly believed it within my fucking soul. I believed it with every being of me that I was going to be in that show, that it was like meant for me. So I visualized it, I believed it, and then I did the work to actually make that possible.
Bro.
So I think those combinations of things are unstoppable. So if you like want something and you actually like, you sit down and you actually visualize, I think visualization is such a powerful tool, because that changes your frequency in your body to actually believing that it's true, and that you're not, it's real at that moment. It's real. Before it's real. And then the fact that I actually, because that's not enough. It's a powerful, but it's not enough. And then the fact that I just sent my resume and reel to everyone, and I submitted to every single casting, email I've got, you know what I'm saying? It was just such a powerful thing. I know I rambled on a lot about it, but that's how important it was to me.
Yeah, no.
Nah, bro,
And,
no.
Dexter
thing.
Dexter was a bad dude, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of bad guys, KFT.
Hey, man. Check this out, Tierre Diaz. It's time to take a look at the bad guy.
Bro, fuck yeah. Scott,
Right on.
in life.
Hell yeah.
Check this shit out, bro.
Oh shit. Look at that. He threw it. He threw it at the camera.
Yeah, he's in the shit. He's in the shit.
He's
Hey,
in the
yo.
shit. He's in the shit. We got that Dexter story, man. That is some dope ass, powerful shit that I can't wait for people to listen to.
No, seriously, bro. Because I've been really getting heavy into what you're talking about, bro. The meditation and all that shit. Trust me, bro. I don't want to talk about it too much because I go deep into it. Like, I've been looking into the fucking chakras and all that bullshit, bro. It's true, bro. You know what I mean?
And I write my goals down. I think another very big tool is writing. This is my notebook. I write my goals, the things I want to accomplish down. And I wrote, I want to be in Dexter. I will be in Dexter. You know what I'm saying? I wrote all that stuff down before it happened. And I have so many examples of things coming true in this book because of the practice I have, so much so that my whole second album is called Maniflex, which is all about manifestation. You know what I'm saying? And
like that.
To me, I've done this with WrestleManias, literally. I've done this with, working with ICP. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the things I'm writing in my book before it's even a fathomable thought that I've accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still doing that to this day.
You know what? I promise you that from now on, whenever something like that happens to me, I'm gonna yell out, "This is my Dexter moment." It's one of the motherfucking Dexter moments, because I love that, man. That was fucking dope. That is the shit. You know what I mean? And you know what? I've kind of recently, with this new job, kind of had a moment like that.
Definitely.
Where I finally hit something that I've been working on in my life for so long, and I'm finally doing some where I know I fucking belong. And I go to work and I'm there from fucking in the morning all the way to night, and I feel like I worked 1 hour. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of, shit like that's kind of happening, and I come home every day like I can't believe I'm doing what I'm doing right now. You know, so that's good shit, man. That's good positive shit that people need to hear.
No, no,
Yeah.
seriously,
Definitely,
it
man.
really is. You know, I've been pushing it on some people too, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and you know what I'm saying, like over here that I know and shit, and I help them out a lot somehow, and they're like, damn, bro, that's the shit, you know. Like I look up to you, and I'm like, man, you don't have to say that shit, whatever the fuck, but I'm telling you, you know, just stay positive and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and do your shit, do what you want to do, like. You know what? This is for another episode. I think let's not go. Let's not get too much into that shit for right now, because we're, you know what I mean. But
But you know what? Mad props, mad love for that shit, homie.
no, for real, dude. I loved it. I loved it. That was the shit, man.
Un chingo de respeto for that, man. Being on Dexter like that, and it was something that you had that you wanted to do. That was something like, yeah, that's fucking dope, man.
Yeah, and that's like I said, that's why I'm dedicating my whole second album to it. And it's not just a name, like some of the features, like I say, is some childhood shit that I'm proving. Like it's not just like, hey, this is my message. Hey, this is my message, and watch this. Like ICP's on the motherfucking album. Royce the 5'9's on the album. You know what I mean? So like shit like that. Shit I'm showing. I'm not just preaching, I'm showing and I'm showing it. You know what I'm saying? And positivity, you nailed it. It's all about it. Because if you feel bad and you think bad thoughts, you're gonna keep drawing that to you. You know what I'm saying? But the more you believe about positive, like I'm looking around my house, all I see is shit I love. And same with you, KFT. You love Michael Myers, nigga. You surrounding shit with things you love. Goodfellas, all that shit, wrestling. Just surround your shit with the things you love, and just like be grateful, and gratitude is huge, man. Because the more you're grateful for what you have, like KFT with your job, the more of that feeling you're gonna get. And if you practice gratitude every day, that is one of the most powerful and most satisfying things, because you can be grateful about anything. The fact that we're living, the breathing, walking, all that shit. You know what I mean?
So what was it? What was it like when you got that call that you was about to be on this tour?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's hear about this motherfucking tour.
Oh man. Oh, that's another thing. Like I wrote it down, Manny. I wrote it down. I did. I swear to God, I did. And I wrote it down the second on the Shaggy show. He announced it was happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he announced it was happening, and I wasn't like an A1. I wasn't like on it. You know what I'm saying? I inquired. I put it in motion. So here we go. I wrote it down, and then I did the work to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? A big props to DJ Clay, because he was the one who basically, yes, DJ Clay was the one who like thought it was a good idea and put me in the right people's ears, the right people that needed to know that I'm interested and I'm ready and I could be a good fit for this tour. DJ Clay was the one that, planted that seed, you know what I'm saying? So all the gratitude to DJ Clay, and of course, Shaggy Too Dope for agreeing and allowing me to be on this quest for the ultimate groove, man. And a lot of the places that we're about to hit are in my book specifically that I wanted to hit. Like I wanted to go to Wyoming for so long, Doug, and we're gonna go to Wyoming and LA. I've never even been to LA, man, and I'm an actor. So I get to go to so many places that I'm so grateful to do it. And I get to do it with the man who inspired me, the man who I used to paint my face up as every Halloween. So many variations. I only painted my face up as Shaggy, nobody else.
Yeah, me too.
And
yeah.
I am going on tour with Shaggy Too Dope and DJ Clay for the quest of the ultimate groove, man. I'm so grateful.
That is what the fuck is up. And when you hit Denver, I'm gonna be right there, homie.
Yeah, we're gonna kick it, homie.
Mad love. KFT and Ash are gonna be out there in Denver. Was that August 6th, I believe?
Yeah, August 6th, man. We're gonna kick it.
I can't wait, man.
The ticket. You know what? I hate to take it a little bit backwards, but I just thought of something. Way back when Ash started Talks Hit, like I wasn't doing it with him.
Oh, not at all, man.
And then he hit me up, and then he was like, Yeah, I was like, fuck Ash. Nobody likes him. But he hit me up and he was like, look, you need to get on this shit with me. We could kill it. We can do some things. This is like before Manny. You know what I mean? And then I was like, all right, we did a few episodes. And then I remember I stopped them and I was like, look, Ash, we're sitting here talking about wrestling. We're sitting here doing this. At the end of the day, like, we need a goal. What's your goal? Where do you want to get at? And you know what he told me? He was like, I want to get Shaggy Two Dope on the show.
Yeah, that was it, bro.
And I was like that on my phone. And I put the phone out like that. And I was like, this dumb mother, this shit ain't going down. And then I was like, all right, bro, that's what the fuck we're gonna do. And then he said, after that, we're gonna do his show. And I was like, "Ta pendejo, this shit ain't going down, right?" And then I was like, you know what, carnal? That's what the fuck we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We did it. You know what I mean? You know, give a shitload of thanks to Manny helping us out and all this shit. You know, we got Manny on the show. You know what I mean? Love him. He's our brother. You know what I mean? And we're still going. So fuck that. That was a Dexter moment.
No, definitely. Like it's not about just what you're saying, how like with Manny, dude, it was such an honor, man, to like even hit him up and for him to say, yeah, I want to be on the show. Like, I'll be on the show with you guys and do this new you know what I'm saying? It's because when I started it, bro, it was just like me and some homies and shit, and I love them, of course. You know, it was fun, but it wasn't getting too serious. We interviewed Manny, which twice, which was the shit. You know what I mean? Then after that, you know, like I'm telling you, my brother was going through shit in life. You know, I'm not trying to throw that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? But so he didn't want to get on, and we're keep trying to get him on, and he wouldn't. So, anyways, I stopped, bro. I was like, all right, I'm done with this fucking show. Fuck this show, whatever. And then my grandma passed away, and a homie called me, and he told me like, hey, bro, you need to get back on your show. And I was like, nah, fuck all that. And he's like, dude, do it for your grandma, bro. She wants to see you succeed or whatever. And the whole thing was exactly what my brother said, though. I wanted to get Shaggy on the show. That's the only reason I started it. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was impossible. So whatever the fuck, you know. And then I called my brother and I talked to him and I was like, let's just do it, dude. Like, whatever, you know. Maybe I think we could fucking talk to, like, you know, talk and entertain people. And I was all like, you know what? I don't see Manny doing like too much shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's invite Manny on it. And my brother and Manny didn't know each other at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, which is crazy, yeah, because it felt like we did.
Yeah.
But I didn't know Manny.
So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And you know what I'm saying? I thought of this shit. And I was like, I think if of us three do it together, it'd be the shit. Some brotherhood shit. They'll get to meet. I love Manny already. They'll love each other. Bro, you know what was the worst thing that happened, though? That these dudes got a bromance and shit, bro. And they started like loving each other and like leave me out and shit. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah,
Whatever,
like, these motherfuckers. But anyways, bro, the point is that it worked out beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's what you're saying. You know what I mean? You just gotta fucking manifest, fucking do it. You know what I mean? Put the work in, and it fucking does come true. It does.
Fucking Tierre Diaz up in this bitch, got us all crying and shit.
I know, man.
I know.
Fucking personal and shit. Like,
fuck.
I haven't even had a Bud Light yet. Bro.
All right, man. Well, let's start fucking wrapping this bitch up, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, well, you know what? Like I said, Tierre Diaz is gonna be on tour with the great Shaggy Two Dope. You know, we got DJ Clay on that. You know, what you got to say about that? What do you want to tell people? You know what I'm saying?
Man, honor. Shaggy Two Dope presents the quest for the ultimate groove, the tour. Man, I'm gonna be hitting spots, and I can't wait to see everybody. Tickets out now. I just know, like, I'm on this tour for a reason. I kill these motherfucking stages, y'all. I do this. This is as positive and as chill I am on stage. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to handle business and make sure my fucking name is known and make sure that I leave my impact on every single stage. You know, I am not about to, half-ass on a Shaggy 2 Dope tour. I am going 120% every show. And just know, all the people that don't know me, hello, Tierre
They
Diaz.
will. Yes,
Ghost,
definitely, man.
motherfucker. Ghost.
Definitely. So how can they reach you on what are your social medias, bro?
Sure, it's Tierre Diaz, everywhere, YouTube. Just dropped the Ghost music video. Check that out. Tierre Diaz on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Tierre Diaz everywhere. I post a lot, try to post a lot, keep it very fun and interactive. I post a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I cannot wait until what we come up with on tour, because we're about to make some memories, and that's what I'm most looking forward to, is all the memories we about to create for a lifetime.
Definitely, definitely, man.
You know what? Hopefully, when that shit is done, we get you back, and you're gonna tell us those memories.
Oh man, let's do it. I'm ready.
No, I got some shit. I got some shit for you, bro. That I think that would be fun when we see you in Denver. Watch. I think you're like it.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope, man.
I'll tell you after. But yeah,
I can't wait.
speaking of Diaz, real quick, I gotta end it with this. You know what I mean? Speaking of Diaz, did you guys see what fucking Nate Diaz did? That stupid fuck.
No.
No.
He
No.
choked that fool out.
Yeah, he choked fucking that fake Paul, or who is it? Logan Paul out.
Yeah.
And now he's getting sued and shit. He did
For real?
Yeah, he's looking at 8 years.
When did this happen? Today?
No, this weekend, bro. The fight.
He like put him in a choke and then let him go, and that fool like flopped backwards and
Yeah,
popped
bro.
his thumb.
It wasn't good, man. He shouldn't have done that, bro. But
Is he still fighting his brother, or is that off now?
well, it's up in the air now. It just
Okay.
So homie's just trying to get paid from Nate now, but all right, man. Well, fucking man, you know what, bro? I really gotta thank you. I don't even want to cut the shit off, bro. I'm telling you, I want to talk about so much shit, but we
same here, but
Manny's tired. I'm getting buzzed the fuck up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Too much Bud Light.
Nah, fuck all that. But yo, fucking give a thumbs up if you know what's up, and give a thumbs down if you're down. Peace.
Peace.
Talk hitters a shit.